Hi everyone, my name's Rob Town. I'm a co-founder of Lightning in a Bottle. A little bit about myself, massive music lover. I eventually played through a lot of bands in my teens and 20s. I actually quit being in bands when I was about 25. I went and worked and retrained and worked in the corporate world. Eventually I got back into bands and I got into a band called Panic Cell, and we were fortunate enough to play some very big gigs with the likes of Metallica, Disturbed, on TV, etc. But behind the scenes I was doing a lot of the business work as well, the administration, the marketing, a bit of co-management. In 2012 I formed a company called Stampede Press. It's a PR stroke music promotion company. One of my first clients was this gentleman here, Toby Jepson. I reached out and we got talking, and this is about 5 years ago, and pretty much from the word go I realised we had a lot in common. We shared a lot of the same values. And we took the decision, it was about two and a half years ago, that we wanted to get into a business together, but we couldn't quite place what that business was going to be. And so forth, you know, Toby formed Wayward Sons, and eventually we've got back to that point where we're like, you know what, we need to get together and get in business together and do something of real value to help the music community. And this is where we are right now, and it's an honest, exciting, positive adventure, and I hope you can join us on it.
Hi, so a little bit about me. I started out in a British rock band called the Little Angels in the 80s.
Johnny never cared about nobody, cause no one cared about John. Brought his way this far through life as the original Wayward Son. Took himself to the wild blue yonder to see what he could find. Oh yeah, I'll be sticking it out till the end.
We signed to Polydor Records and spent 5 to 6 years really working all over the world. We had 10 top 40 hits and a #1 record, and so we were very fortunate to experience that. I then went into being a solo artist and worked in the film business for a little while. Eventually came back to the music business, and in 2007 I met my now manager and who was also my agent, Steve Strange from X-Ray Touring, who introduced me to Eddie Clark, who was the original guitar player from Motorhead, and I worked with Eddie for several years, right up until his death actually. And I spent a little bit of time singing for other bands. I eventually sort of ended up in Dio's Disciples, which was a celebration of Ronnie James Dio's work. But came to the end of that and realised if I was going to do the music business, stay in the music business, I needed to sort of do something that was real. So I formed Wayward Sons a couple of years ago, which is an active band. I sing, write and produce Wayward Sons, and we are currently touring, and we've got an album in the marketplace. So I know at first hand precisely what it is to be a musician. It's always been part of my life for almost sort of 30 years now. So. And to couple that with my production work, I work as a producer, working with various bands. I've worked with Saxon and The Answer and lots of young bands. And so the two things go hand in hand for me. It's very much a holistic approach. And now this is our new venture where I want to bring all those things together and help other people.